What's up, world? Matthew Sterling Fuller. Ooh, it looked like Tokyo Drift up in the house. Anyways, Matthew Sterling Fuller, how you doing? Tokyo Drift threw me off. What am I talking about today? What's my video about? The video is going to be about consciousness, and I am still pretty asleep. I am actually just a little bit awake. When it comes to consciousness, I'm like the guy that's got like one eye open. Maybe I'm kind of dozing off, and then I'm awake again, and then I'm dozing off, because I keep on slipping back into reality. I keep on thinking like, oh, okay, I got this stuff all figured out, and then boom, hitting a fucking speed bump because, you know, I thought I had it figured out. So let me talk to you a little bit about a couple of different things. Consciousness is something that a lot of people don't understand. I never understood it until several years ago. I started to learn about it, and I think that it's very real. I think that, you know, a lot of folks like me who need to know all the answers kind of repel it, and they don't want to accept it because hasn't been a lot of proof or a lot of evidence up until recently that was shared publicly that could actually confirm that this stuff worked. But some of the things that actually started to help me to wrap my mind around it were a couple of simple concepts. Frequencies, the fact that we're all made of a frequency, and that there's more space than there is matter in this area that I'm consuming right now. So this might get deep on you right away, but we're actually more space than we are matter. We're high vibrating frequency of atoms and all these different things, and that creates a human. Okay, so frequency is one big one that actually made me aware to what was going on, because you could see it. You could actually put a frequency on water, on sand, and you could see the geometry of it. And that leads me into the second part of it, is sacred geometry, because you could actually put a frequency on a plate and turn the sand into a special shape, and that shape would be congruent with sacred geometry. And what they would do is they would find out that this stuff is not like just a coincidence. There's nothing coincidental about it. It's all it's all very true every single time. And so like I said, I'm a little bit awake. I don't know all the details, but I have found a lot of educational information, and I have been learning over the last several years. So what I wanted to do was throw together this little platform where you guys could learn this stuff too. I've kind of gone through the stuff that, you know, doesn't make a lot of sense, that has like some half-truths, and I put the stuff in there that I believe the most. And so it could all be wrong. All of it could be wrong. I'm telling you right now, every video inside the platform could be completely wrong. But the system that you're learning from right now, the school system, the education system, a lot of the stuff they're teaching you is wrong, and it's not by accident. They're teaching you stuff incorrectly on purpose as a means of oppression, to keep you in the dark and to keep you asleep. And so, you know, if they got you halfway awake or halfway asleep, they got their job done. And, you know, I'm guilty of it too. I talk about consciousness 1 second, and then I talk about using my powers to get a Rolls-Royce Wraith the next second, which a Rolls-Royce Wraith doesn't even matter inside consciousness. Like, what is a Rolls-Royce Wraith? It's matter. It's something that was man-made. It's not infinite. So anyways, sacred geometry, there's a video inside my platform. Go ahead and go in. It's the truth about money. No, that's actually the truth about the fiat currency system. The truth about sacred geometry, numbers. That's what it's labeled. The truth about numbers. So there's a bunch of videos inside the platform, but the one that I want you to watch is either the one on the frequency, the truth about vibration, or the truth about numbers. So check those out first. Those will help you to adapt. Those will help your left brain and your right brain to work in harmony, because the creative side of you wants to believe, but the logical side says that this is hocus pocus. And so the logical side has to learn a couple things to believe and to actually adapt and adopt these concepts. And so I put together a bunch of stuff. Maybe it'll help, maybe it won't. But if you're trying to wake up, if you're trying to be woke, if you're trying to actually like sleep, and just have one eye open every once in a while, and like every once in a while create something, this is the key to do it. You gotta expand your consciousness. You gotta get enlightened, however you do that. And I'm just a fucking regular dude, construction worker that used to, you know, do whatever the fuck I used to do every single day. And I'm still just a regular dude that does whatever the fuck I do every day. And at the end of the day, I know that this stuff works because I've used it in my life. I've used it for good. I've used it for bad. I've used it to get this truck. I used it to get all the stuff that I have. And now I'm using it to gain inner peace. And I'm also using it to help others find inner peace. This is the thing. You'll see a lot of multimillionaires, and what will happen is they seek and they search for these possessions, and then once they get to them, they renounce their possessions and they say, oh, it's all, you sleep in this big house and you're all alone, you sleep with the baddest one, but you still feel like you're by yourself, all that stuff, right? So, I mean, I just want to help you. Some of you are not millionaires yet, and I want to help you to completely skip that phase where you have to get all the stuff to realize that the stuff isn't important. Like, why do you have to get the stuff to realize the stuff isn't important? Like, I had to get all the stuff and get the money coming, because obviously the money was a big stress point for me, being broke my whole life. And so I had to get the money coming, and then I'm like, oh, let me work on me. I feel like I might have actually been able to skip a step, but I think it's part of the process. I don't know. But I'm just giving this information out there. Maybe you're on your way up. Maybe you're already there and you're looking for meaning in life and you don't find it in stuff. Like, I can't remember the last time I got in my truck and contemplated the meaning of life due to the fact that I was in my truck. Like, oh my gosh, this steering wheel is so fancy. Let me contemplate the way that life works. No. So you don't need money to do that, and that's the key to becoming an infinite being. Also, I'm going to throw this in there. When people get elderly, when people go into like their elderly phase of their life, you sometimes notice they go into what they call dementia, they call Alzheimer's, they call all these different things, right? I think it's just the person finally going intrinsic into their internal, into their self, and learning about themselves. I feel like that's what they're doing finally at that last period of the life. They've been running the rat race their entire life. Finally, they get to a point where they're like, let me just be calm and still. And that's when all that stuff, that's when the magic happens, when you're calm and still. And I know you can't be calm and still when you don't have money, so I understand your pain. But at the end of the day, if you're calm and still, the money will come. It's flowing all around us. It's all around. Just grab some. It's easier said than done, right? Anyways, if you're really worried about the money, go to teachmehowtohustle.com. But if you're really worried about the happiness and the infinite possibilities of your life, ilearnedalot.com. Hope you guys go inside, learn something. Share this video, share this platform with anybody that you know that's trying to seek, the meaning of life. And maybe one of these videos inside will help them. And there's some conspiracy shit in there too, so, you conspiracy theorists, you guys are going to have some fun in there too, because there's some shit in there that, make you think a little bit. So, anyways, I'm home now, and I didn't want to go into the dark garage before you guys got your message. So, ilearnedalot.com. Peace.
Yeah.